Hello friends, once again we have the syllabus of physics, chapter of current electricity, in which we begin with the topic of Wheatstone bridge. Let us begin with the topic of Wheatstone bridge. One of the important topic for exam point of view, number of times the question is asked with the help of neat label diagram explain the Wheatstone bridge network. So in that network, we have the combination of four resistors. Suppose R1, R2, R3, R4 or PQRS. And that four resistors are connected in such a way that will be in the form of loop and corresponding circuit. We are going to draw like this. So these are the four resistors. Suppose if you name P, Q, R and S. Now we have connect the power supply or source of electricity as a cell having positive and negative, the key K, cell or battery having EMF suppose E, and a rheostat. Suppose if you name these points, suppose point A is suppose B, suppose C, and D like this. Now between B and D, we connect a sensitive galvanometer G. So this is the network or the circuit called Wheatstone bridge network or Wheatstone bridge circuit. Now in that circuit we have the four resistors P, Q, R and S. And we have given certain potential difference with the help of cell or battery having EMF E, and we limit the current with the help of rheostat RH. A sensitive galvanometer is connected between B and D terminal. Suppose if we consider the total current I flowing through this network, suppose if we consider the total current is suppose R, that is flowing from point A, that current I divide into two parts as suppose I1 and in second resistor I2. I1 flowing through B and I2 flowing through suppose R. Now I1 is flowing toward point B. Again there is a division of current into two parts. Suppose this will be the current flowing in this direction is suppose Ig. So Ig is a current flowing through galvanometer. That is suppose in this direction from B to D. Then how much is this current? I1 and minus Ig. So I1 minus Ig is the current flowing through resistor Q, and that Ig is flowing toward this direction and I2 will be flowing in this direction. Addition of Ig and I2, that current will be flowed through resistor S. I2 plus Ig. This will be the current flowing through S. So this already we are going to learn in presentation. So how to draw diagram? That we have the technique of drawing diagram. So first of all we draw 4 resistors. Then we supply. We give the supply with the help of battery emitter, key, rheostat. Then between V and D we connect the galvanometer. So this is the technique of drawing diagram. So now we will begin with the presentation in which we have the number of equations and how to solve that particular equation, and we have certain conditions of Western bridge here. So now we will go towards the presentation here. Now check this slide here. So let us begin with the first point. Resistance of material changes due to. In a topic of Western bridge, we have certain introduction or what is the use of that Western bridge that we have given here. So resistance of material changes due to several factors such as temperature, strain, humidity, displacement, etc. So resistance is change because of change in temperature, strain, humidity, and displacement. So that particular quantities depend upon resistance here. So therefore, measurement of these properties is possible by measuring the resistance. Measurable values of resistance vary from a few milliohm to 100 of megaohm. Depending upon resistance range, milliohm to tens of ohm, tens of ohm to 100 and 100 of ohm to mega ohm, various methods are used for resistance measurement. Now, we use the Western meter bridge or Western bridge. So that is generally used to measure resistance in a range from tens of ohm to 100 of ohms. So this will be discovered or originally developed by Charles Weston 1802 to 1875 to measure values of unknown resistance. It is also used for calibrating the measuring instruments, for example, voltmeter, ammeter, etc. So already we have drawn here the diagram, which is shown here in the presentation. So once again, we have the circuit diagram. That circuit diagram is the diagram of Western bridge. Again, we have A, B, C, D point, resistance P, Q, R, and S. We have given like this. So this will be the circuit diagram. Current I1 flowing through resistor P, I1 minus Ig through Q, and I2 through S, and I2 plus G or Ig that is flowing through the resistor R here. Now let us begin with the points. When the key is closed, current I flow through the circuit. Already we have explained this part. It divide into I1 and I2 at point A. I1 is current through P and I2 is current through S. The current I1 get divided at point B. Let Ig be the current flowing through galvanometer. the current flowing through Q and R respectively. Already we have explained these points, I1 minus Ig and I2 plus Ig. So see here in this diagram, a small change according to the textbook. This will be resistor R and here we have resistance, suppose S, to match with the diagram of textbook. Now check the diagram. So this is a circuit of Western Bridge. Now we begin with the important part of the circuit is apply the Kirchhoff current law at point A. So for point A, if we apply the Kirchhoff current law, so in last lecture we already explained the current law, current at any junction point or the summation of all the current at junction point is equal to 0. So we have again check the circuit diagram. So for point A, current I flowing towards point A, I1 flowing away, I2 again flowing away. So I1 taken as positive, I taken as positive, I1 negative, I2 negative, and addition of all these currents is equal to 0. So that we have taken as the first equation. So I minus I1 minus I2 equal to 0. So I is equal to I1 plus I2, that is equation number first. Consider the loop ABDA. Now second step is of the considering the loop ABDA. Now once again we have the diagram. Check the diagram. ABDA. So this triangular loop we have to consider here. Now we go from point A to B. From point A to B, direction of current will be again same as the direction of traveling. So potential difference across P, that is taken as I1 into P, and sign is negative. So minus I1P. Then next will be direction of current Ig will be in same direction as the direction of traveling. So Ig into G, that will be again same direction. So sign is minus Ig into G. G resistance of galvanometer and current through galvanometer is Ig. So product Ig into G is the potential difference across galvanometer. Now from D to A, again we have current I2, that will be in a direction opposite, current moving to a downward direction, or A to D, and we are traveling from D to A. So sign will be plus for opposite direction. So plus I2S, and that will be equivalent to 0, that we have taken in the second equation. So see, check carefully. Minus I1P, then minus IgG, then third plus I2S, that is equal to 0. So this will be the for loop ABDA. Now similarly, now consider loop BCDB applying Kirchhoff voltage law in the clockwise sense shown in the loop we get. Now check again the second loop here. BCDB. So what we have the signs. Suppose if you're traveling in B to C, so direction of traveling and direction of current same. So I1 minus Ig, that total term multiply by the resistance Q, that is potential difference, and that we taken as negative. Again we travel from point C to D, then direction of current and direction of traveling opposite. So the sign will be plus for this term I2 plus Ig into R, that is sign is plus. Again we travel from D to B, that sign also again taken as positive. So because we are moving upward direction from D to B, so sign positive for the potential difference across galvanometer G as G Ig into G. Now check in the third equation, minus sign, current will be I1 minus Ig into Q plus I2 plus Ig into R, potential across R, plus Ig into G, potential across galvanometer, that is equal to 0. So that is equation number 3. Now from these three equations, 1, 2 and 3, we can find the current flowing through any branch of the circuit here. Now we have the actual condition. Now check carefully the important condition of the Wheatstone bridge. A special case occur when the current passing through the galvanometer is zero. In this case, the bridge is said to be balanced. Once again, special case occur when current passing through galvanometer is zero. So current through galvanometer is suppose zero here. The Ig current will be equivalent to zero. So galvanometer shows null deflection, and for that null deflection or 0 degree deflection, that condition is called condition of balance, and is the Ig is equal to 0. That condition is the balancing condition of bridge. This condition can be obtained by adjusting the values of P, Q, R and S. So resistors are adjusted so that the current through galvanometer is equal to 0. Now if we substitute Ig is equal to 0 in equation 2 and 3, we get the following equations as equation number 4 and equation number 5. So Ig 0, what remains here, minus I1P plus I2S, that is equal to 0. So here in equation 2, the second term becomes 0 and first and third term as it is. Similarly for equation 3, Ig here in first term Ig 0, second term Ig 0, third term Ig again 0. What remains here is as equation number 4 and equation 5. So what we have done in equation 4 and 5, so what we have, minus I1P plus I2S. Now I1P taken on right hand side of equal to sign, that become positive. And if you write interchanging I1P and I2S, so this will be equivalent I1P, that is equal to I2S as equation number 4. And similarly equation 3, if we substitute Ig is equal to 0, what we obtain, minus I1Q plus I2R, that is equal to 0. So therefore I1Q equal to I2R, again this term become positive on right hand side. So these two terms become equal, I2R equal to I1Q, or we write here I1Q equal to I2R as equation 4 and 5. Now check carefully. Divide equation 4 by equation 5. What we get here is the I1P and divide by I1Q, and as in equation number 4 and 5. So I1P divided by I1Q and I2S divided by I2R. So I1 and I1 will get cancel here. I2 get cancel. So what remains here is P divided by Q equal to R divided by S. So this will be the required equation, and which is nothing but the condition for balancing the Wheatstone bridge here. So this condition we have to use in number of practicals or in number of experiments that already we have explained here the conditions, and then these conditions we have to use in number of experiments, and also we have to perform some practicals, that practicals also based on the Wheatstone bridge here. Now we have the first application, the application of Wheatstone bridge as number first is a meter bridge. Application of Wheatstone bridge as meter bridge. Now check circuit diagram. So these will be metal strip A, then metal strip C and metal strip B here. Check carefully. So metal strip A and metal strip C, there is a gap that is called left side gap, and left gap, and in between left gap we connect the resistance X. So that resistance is unknown resistance X. Similarly, the strip C and strip B, again we have right gap, and that right gap is connected with resistance capital R. That capital R resistance is nothing but the resistance box here. So this will be the particular connection
Now in lower side we have point A of strip connected to the point B, and that will be the uniform metal wire. So from A to B, that is the uniform metal wire stretched between point A and B. And again from point A we have this positive of battery emitter or cell, negative goes to key to rheostat, and rheostat to point B here. And we fix the meter scale below the wire here. So a wire stretched from point A to B as a meter bridge wire. Below that we have fixed a meter scale for taking readings to measure the length. Now we have one more connection. The point C we connect the galvanometer, and from galvanometer to J means jockey contact. So that jockey contact can be on any point on this meter bridge wire, 1 meter wire. So that particular jockey is used to find null point or 0 degree deflection in galvanometer. So that connection is from C to galvanometer and galvanometer to jockey contact. And from that contact, we have point A on left hand side, and right hand side we have point B, and corresponding length will be Lx of wire and Lr of wire. That is for the balancing length. Now this is actual circuit diagram. Now when we have these particular points, so we have taken one by one points. Already we have explained. So meter bridge consists of wire of uniform cross section and 1 meter in length stretch on meter scale, which is fixed on wooden table. So this all apparatus, this will whole apparatus is fixed on wooden box or wooden frame. Now, second point, the end of wire are fixed below two L-shaped metal strips. So that two L-shaped metal strips will be A and B. Then a single metal strip separate the two L-shaped metal strips. Leave two gaps, left gap and right gap. Already we have explained. Then usually an unknown resistance X is connected in left gap, and a resistance box is connected in the other gap. So already we have explained this step. One terminal of galvanometer is connected to the terminal C, and on the central strip, so terminal C is on central strip here, and while the other terminal of galvanometer carry the jockey J. So these will be the 1 to 5 points. Now number sixth point, a cell of EMF E along with the key and a rheostat are connected between points A and B here. Similarly, number 7 point, a suitable resistance R is selected from resistance box. Now we select the resistance from resistance box, and jockey is brought in contact with AB at various points on wire AB, and the balance point, null point D is obtained. The galvanometer shows no deflection when the jockey is at balance point. Now check this important condition. Once again, what we have explained in 7th and 8th point, that is important here. So after connections are made in circuit, when we switch on the circuit by pressing the key, now pressing key, current start flowing in the circuit. Now the jockey J, we have to touch to the point A and then touch to point B. The galvanometer shows both side deflection, left hand side and right hand side in galvanometer. Now we touch from A towards the B at different points on the wire. It is found that at certain point D, on metal wire, the galvanometer shows null deflection, means zero diffraction. For that case, this particular meter bridge is said to be in balance condition. And for that balance condition, we have the next part of this topic, and that is given as let the respective length of the wire after balancing, that is between A and D, and that between D and C is Lx and Lr. After balancing means galvanometer show null deflection. At that time we have length Lx and Lr of 1 meter length of wire. Then using this condition for the balance, we get X upon R. So this will be the 4 resistance. Check carefully once again the diagram. X, R, wire having the segment Lx and having certain resistance, and again segment Lr having certain resistance. These 4 resistance are equivalent to the western bridge here as P, Q, R and S. Similarly, we have that 4 resistors, and we know the condition of the bridge as P divided by Q and R divided by S. So this will be equivalent to X divided by R and Lx, or resistance of Lx divided by Lr. So check this equation, X divided by R and resistance of AD and resistance of dB, where RAD and RDB are resistance of part AD and dB of wire here. Now check carefully what we have, the formula from 11th standard. Resistance is equal to resistivity length divided by area. So R is equal to rho L divided by A. Accordingly, we have RAD is equal to rho Lx divided by A, and RDB is equal to rho Lr divided by A. And if we take ratio or use this equation, equation 2, in equation 1, so what we obtain here is X upon R is equal to RAD divided by RDB, and rho Lx divided by A, rho Lr divided by A. Rho will be get cancelled, A also get cancelled. What we obtain, X upon R is equal to Lx upon Lr, or we write equation for X as X is equal to Lx upon Lr into R here. So this is equation number 3 here. Knowing the values of R, Lx and Lr, if you know the value, we measure the length in centimeter suppose. So this value of Lx, Lr in centimeter, we can measure with the help of meter scale. And resistance box, already we have known values of resistance, that value also known. So these are, if we replace, we can calculate the unknown resistance X. So knowing the values of R, Lx, Lr, the value of unknown resistance can be determined here. So this will be the application of Western bridge as the meter bridge here. Check carefully. So you go through that particular presentation, check one by one steps, and try to understand that steps by observing repeating the video. You can observe and try to note down that points. These are the shortcut points, and based on that you can easily remember the steps. So one of the important question, so we have discussed the 2 topics, Western bridge or Western bridge network. First topic, its balancing condition, and its first application as the meter bridge. Both questions are asked in examination for nearly 3 marks. So 3 marks questions will be asked in examination. One more thing, when we are going to perform practicals of 12th standard, that meter bridge has 2 to 3 practicals. So based on meter bridge, we have 3 practicals. So when we have the knowledge of meter bridge, theoretical knowledge of meter bridge, we can apply that knowledge to find the number of quantities in experiment or practicals also. So try on repeating the particular steps. Read carefully, try to understand the steps, and follow that particular steps by repeating the particular presentation here. Thank you.